just made a massive mistake. I've just entered my first race of the season. However, the issue is I'm still currently in my off season, and this race is in a week, 2 weeks time. So the likelihood of me being fit in time is going to be very slim, but it's a race that I've been wanting to do for a long time, but I've never really had the opportunity to do so. However, this year, because I'm riding as a privateer, it means I've obviously got total flexibility over the races and events that I can do. So I thought, well, this year's as good a year as any to enter. But when it comes to race day, I might be seriously regretting that decision. But hey ho. We're entered, potentially might not even get into the race. So you enter and then the event organizer essentially accepts you into the race or not. So there is a chance I might not get in. However, we'll see. But yeah, I guess I'll have to keep you updated. Well, we've got the news. I am officially into this weekend's race. However, it's not been the most smooth of sailing journeys. So last week, I was meant to start back training to give me a 2-week run up to the race. However, I didn't feel too well, and so yeah, completely missed the whole week of training, which gives me just 7 days to get some sort of fitness ahead of this weekend's race. So I think plan of action is Monday, so that's today. Try and do a nice easy ride just to get back into it. Tuesday, probably some VO2 max efforts. Wednesday, the likelihood is I will go out and try and do a recce of the course just to familiarise myself with, I guess, the hills, the descents, just a general feeling of the course. Thursday, likelihood again will be another effort session. I might throw a swim into there as well, just to throw in a bit of variety. Friday, likelihood will be a rest day. Saturday will be a pre-race, and then Sunday will be the main day, race day. So yeah, that's the plan of action. I've got a few logistics to work out. So obviously being a privateer means I've got to work out all of my equipment. So I currently don't have a set of road wheels for the weekends. So yeah, that will be getting sorted. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, also working out what kit I need to wear and little things like that. So yeah, I better get at training. So it's the Wednesday before race day, and I've basically come out to do a little recce of the course since it's so local. Just done a full lap, and yeah, just done the finishing climb, and yeah, it is brutal. I sort of underestimated how brutal it is. The course sort of runs along the bottom, and then for the final lap, you take a diversion up the climb. You basically just head straight up this climb here, around this bend, and the finish is pretty much bang on here. So yeah, after 70k you're definitely going to feel that. It's only about a kilometre along the climb, but it's brutal, like I said. So that's going to be interesting. So yeah, I'm going to do another full lap and yeah, just get used to knowing where the rises are, where the dips are, and just familiarise myself with some of the corners, where the potholes are. It's little things like that that hopefully make it a little bit easier on race day. It is now the Friday before the race, and a very exciting parcel has just arrived. in the form of a brand new set of sub 50 wheels from Hunt. Yeah, which is very, very exciting. I've not actually unboxed the box yet, so I don't know what they look like, but I've been told they are super fast. So yeah, plan of action is to, after work, set these up tubeless, get set on rotors, stuff like that, and get those set up on the bike. And it means I can test them out on my pre-ride tomorrow. So yeah, really looking forward to seeing what they look like. It's time for the big reveal. I mean, they do look the part. So that's the rear wheel. And then that is the front wheel. Wow, can't get over how light that is. It literally weighs like nothing. So yeah, time to get them set up tubeless. Before we set them up, the most important thing is, of course, the free hub test. Now, one of my favourite things about the Hunt wheels is how they sound, and I mean, these are no exception. They just sound so good. Yeah, they're really cool. So there we go, they are all set up. I actually took the tyres off another set of wheels, so they already had a little bit of sealant in. So yeah, I've set them up and seated the tyres on, but not topped up the sealant yet. So I'll do that in the morning, just leave them overnight now, just to make sure that essentially they've seated correctly. But yeah, first impressions, super simple to set up tubeless, and yeah, they seem pretty robust, super lightweight, and yeah, looking forward to test them out on the road. The day before the race, I think, is probably the worst day. It's just, you have so much time to overthink things. Like, am I feeling good? How is the race going to play out? What tactics am I going to do? And especially going into the first race of the season, you've got no idea how you're going to perform or how everyone else is going. So it's really an unknown, I suppose, which is the trickiest thing. And yeah, you don't really do much the day before a race because you want to save yourself for the race day. So it just gives you more time to, like I said, overthink things. So I've already set up my tyres with sealant in from last night, and yeah, it's currently quite misty and rainy outside, so I'll probably just doodle around, make sure everything's ready for tomorrow, and then head out on a pre-ride later this afternoon. So yeah, just try and keep myself occupied, I suppose. Alright, it's only taken until 3 o'clock to be dry enough to get out on the bike, but yeah, it feels good to get out and spin the legs, which actually feel not too bad. I mean, they're certainly fresh. That does mean they probably don't have the kick that I would usually like for a race, but yeah, I mean, tomorrow's a bit of fun, so just gotta try and enjoy it as best as possible, I suppose. The only issue is, as you can probably tell, the roads are absolutely filthy. So yeah, the lovely brand new sub 50s are certainly being put into the test straight away. But yeah, once we get back, it'll be a pretty good bike wash, get it all nice and clean for the race tomorrow. Ooh. It's the big day. It is finally race day. It feels like this day's been a long time coming, but yeah, I'm actually quite excited. It is cold outside, But yeah, I'm pretty excited just to kick off some racing again this year. I mean, I've got no clue how it's going to go today. I think it's going to be really, really interesting. In previous years, obviously, there's been a lot of teams, so team dynamics plays a big role in these sorts of races. But I'd say this year there's probably more individual riders than ever before looking at the start list. So yeah, I think it could be all to play for with who wins essentially. So no, it should be good fun. So yeah, I'm gonna have a coffee, something to eat, and then go get ready and then drive down to the race. Oh, what a day that was. That was certainly a shock to the system, and yeah, I forgot how frantic and chaotic race days are. I was hoping to film a little bit more behind the scenes of like getting ready for the race, post race, all that's like basically essentially content at the event. But yeah, God, it just sort of all ran away, I suppose. I did, however, manage to get my Insta 360 onto my bike. But yeah, it was a very tough race. Being only 75 kilometres or so meant it was essentially just full gas right from the gun. Normally in road races, it goes quite hard, settles, and goes quite hard again towards the end of the race, because normally they're 120 kilometers plus. So yeah, it's unsustainable to go full gas the whole entire way. So yeah, that was certainly actually quite good fun, because it meant at all times something was happening. And I think personally those sorts of races are the ones that are more exciting to race, both from a racer's perspective but also as a spectator. Yeah, it's like you don't know what's going to happen. So yeah, the course was essentially a climb, a drag, descent, and pretty much every single lap it went full gas up the climb, along the drag, and then sort of, I guess, everyone tried to recover on the descent to go again the next lap. A group of 3 managed to get away pretty early on in the race, and yeah, they were gone and we never really saw them again. So that played an interesting dynamic within the peloton. Like, people wanted to chase but then weren't committed to chase it properly. There was no real teams to fully take it on, and as it was my first race, I guess wasn't quite sure what the form was like, so I was fairly cautious the first couple of laps, just trying to not burn too many matches. And then yeah, with 2 laps to go, 1.5 laps to go, the group of 3 was still out front, and I thought, well, now's a good time as any. And yeah, I wasn't feeling too great, so I actually attacked. Reason being for that was meant I could go harder on the flats, which suits me better, and meant I could go slightly easier on the climb, which was where I was struggling. So yeah, that actually worked quite well. I managed to get away with 3 other riders to form a group of 4 of us. So that was really nice. We all basically worked full gas together, nice through and off. And yeah, we got round the half a lap to the bottom of the climb for the final time, and that's when it really hit me. Yeah, I struggled up that final climb a lot. It's really put me into a big hole trying to get up there. But we did. I just about managed to clung on to the 3 other riders in the group. And then over the top, Yeah, I was in, like I said, a massive hole, and actually I said to the boys, look, me pulling turns is probably going to slow you down, so they were actually really good. I managed to sit on the back and save a little bit of energy, so then we went down the descent for the final time and we took a left-hander up a different climb towards the finish, and that finishing climb was insanely tough. It was about 1.5 kilometers long, and it just basically ramps up, and it just gets steeper and steeper and steeper. And we literally turned off at the roundabout, got to the bottom of the climb, and all three of them just rode away. And I was like, I just need to ride at my own pace, otherwise I'm going to explode here. So yeah, that sort of happened. 2 riders, they managed to get quite far ahead and never saw them again. And then one of the lads in our group, I think he just went a bit too hard at the bottom of the climb, and I just paced myself slightly better, so I managed to catch him up again. And then a few people managed to catch us from the main peloton behind, so they obviously must have just gone super hard up that final climb to catch us, as we had a decent gap. But yeah, in the end I hung on for 8th, which, I mean, a top 10 in an Nat B is a decent result, and especially off 1 week's worth of training, I'm pretty happy about that, to be honest. I had no clue what to expect, and yeah, it was a decent field, so I mean, yeah, I can't complain at all. The plan now is to spend the next couple of weeks just building back that base fitness. I've not got any races for quite a while. My next race is actually Battle on the Beach, which is the end of March. And then April, I've, again, not really got any key events. So that will just be continuously building the base again, ready for May, which is like my big month of the year this year, with the Tracker, Triathlon, the Gralloch being 3 of my key events. So yeah, that's a big target. So the next couple of months is sort of just building the foundations ready for May, really. So yeah, plan of action is to try and make some more of these longer form style contents. I mean, I quite enjoy making them. It's a good test for both me and, I guess, to see what works well, but also testing out my skills speaking to the camera like I am now, and I guess just filming to make things interesting enough to hopefully make films and videos that people want to watch. So that's the aim goal. So yeah, expect a couple more videos over the next couple of months showing a more behind the scenes glimpse into my training before then we delve a bit deeper into all of the races more in the middle of the year. So I mean, if you've got this far, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you want to drop like and subscribe, that will mean the world. And yeah, I've also linked some links in the bio down below, which essentially gives you some money off vouchers to some of the brands that I work with. And yeah, using those links, you save yourself a little bit of money, and it also supports me. So yeah, I mean, thank you very much for watching. And yeah, if you've got any ideas of things that you'd like to watch over the next couple of months, year, then leave them down in the comments below, and I'm sure I can try and consider them. So yeah, ciao.